experience.
Okay, the fun is over. Back to business. In today's video, I'm gonna give you my big three. And no, I'm not talking about Ice Cube's basketball league.
You mentioned that Briscoe, they're New York guys. Matter of fact, Briscoe owns his own bodega here. I have been invited to it.
And no, I'm not talking about J. Cole's reference in third-person shooter mode to the big three.
How does it see? Is it K Dot? Is it R or B? We the big three like we started a league. Right now I feel like Muhammad Ali.
Not talking about that. I'm talking about the three things that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. My big three. I'm gonna start off with the one that is most important to me. You know what? No. Let's start off with the one that most people give the most attention and love to. And that is managing relationships and friendships. What's your big three? Comment down below what your big three is. What are three things that you wish you knew when you're growing up that you know now? Maybe it might help somebody when they read it. When I was in my 20s, hold on. You don't have to be in your 20s or 30s to watch this video. This video applies to all ages. I'm just in my 30s now, and these are things that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. So when I was in my 20s, I had a big problem managing friends and relationships. I always used to choose the people and the friend groups that were popular or cool. So the ones that are always going to the parties, always dress well. I used to use a lot of energy trying to fit into those circles, doing the most, as we say. I would just try to be friends or get things that I see these people have or get them and be like, hey, I got this for you. You know, that kind of weird stuff, trying to fit in and blend into circles that didn't want me in them. And now that I'm in my 30s, I laugh at it because I'm like, look at how much time I wasted trying to be somebody that I wasn't, trying to fit in with people that didn't care for me. And now that I'm in my 30s and I learned in my late 20s coming into 30s that you only need a few friends that are your true friends that pour into you as much as you pour into them. So it's a reciprocal relationship where you can be yourself 100%, not just you going out your way every time to make somebody look good or to help somebody and that person doesn't help you. They don't help in developing you, they don't care for you, they don't check in on you. That's not real friends. And I took real long to get to the point where I start realizing that a lot of people around me want my real friends. They just wanted what I could do for them. So that's something that I wish I knew when I was in my 20s. Now let's pause and look at this video clip from Mike Epps talking about how his friends treated him when he was starting to grow.
I was like, damn, my favorite nigga, it seemed like he liked me more when I'm coming down off coke and I'm crying and I hate myself. He was like, oh man, I love you, nigga. I'm praying for you. But when I wasn't high and I was working out and I looked good, he's like, nigga, you think you better than me. I said, nigga, how is my success a reflection of your failure?
Now this is very sad, and this happened to me too. I'm not famous like Mike Epps, but when I started to choose me and started to develop myself, some of the people that were around me started to move different with me. People that I was normally cool with, who I would talk to every now and then, they all of a sudden start to avoid me, treat me different. And I was like, what is this about? And it was weird to me because these are the same people that when I was not as ambitious were telling me, hey bro, I know that you're going to be great in the future. I know that you're going to accomplish a lot of things. You just need to start doing things. And as soon as I start doing things, these people start treating me differently. They start avoiding me, not hailing me up. And I'm like, what's going on? And it's only after I start to accomplish certain things, one of them pointed out to me, oh, so you feel you better than me now because you're doing this. And I'm like, but you are one of the same persons that were telling me you want me to do good. So why now when I'm doing good, you don't like me? Isn't that what you want? So I'm happy that I learned that, and I hope that you guys learn that too. Like, only quality friends. Choose friends that are happy for you when you accomplish stuff, not just friends that tell you to do stuff and when you do it they abandon you or they don't care for you anymore. Those people have issues. The second thing I wish I knew when I was growing up was how to plan my future. Disclaimer, I'm listing out my big tree here. It's not because I'm bitter about not learning these things, but I'm putting these things out there in the hopes that if you're struggling from it, hopefully by just listening to this video, you get some hope, you get some inspiration, you get some direction, and you're able to get out of whatever situation you're in and live a better life. I'm gonna say a joke here. It might get me in some problems, but it's still a part of the story, so I'm gonna say it anyway. I once watched a comedian on YouTube and he made a joke and it went something like this: what do you call an unambitious person? Comment down below, let's see if you get it right. And the answer was a Christian, because he said that Christians pray for everything they want and they don't really walk towards it. Now, the first time I heard it, I didn't take it as a joke, because I could remember growing up, a lot of times I used to go to my room and pray for everything that I wanted, and I never really used to get it. It's only after when I decided like I wanted certain stuff and I used to plan, like say something as simple as a cell phone. When I was a lot younger, I used to wash down vehicles, $20 to wash down a vehicle, wash and vacuum it and all that stuff. And I used to say, okay, if I get $20 for cleaning a vehicle, how many vehicles do I need to clean before I could be able to afford that phone? And I would sit down and plan, and I would see how long it takes, and I would say, okay, in December most phones go on sale. I have to work this hard, clean this amount of vehicles, so that in December I'll be able to afford that phone. So I used to start making little plans like that, and as I got older, I got a lot better at it. Anything that I wanted, I used to plan for it. I wanted a vehicle, I would say, okay, what type of vehicle I wanted, how I'm going to go about financing that vehicle, and just plan everything down to a T. And in that way, I was able to get everything that I want. Yes, I still do pray. God is still a part of it, but you also have to plan for things that you want. You can't just go along life saying, I want this, and expect that it's going to come to you. Life does not work like that. The universe, life, God, they all bless you when you go after things you want. And when you work hard enough and you make a plan to get it, you eventually get it. So make a plan. Don't just say you want something and not go after it. And it goes for everything: vehicles, house, relationships. Like, you can't just say you want a house. What type of house do you want? Where do you want it to be? What type of house do you want? You have to make a plan and just go after it. You can't just be general and say, I want this, and when you don't get things, just be angry and frustrated that you didn't get what you want. No, please. Devise a plan, stick to it, and you will get it. I made a video already about planning your life and planning how to achieve stuff. It's going to be somewhere on top here. If you want to see that video, you could click on the link and it will take you to that video. Drum roll, please. Now for my biggest of the big three, which is money. I really wish I knew more about money. Comment down below if you wish you knew more about money when you were younger also. I really wish I understood banking, learning about credit score, learning about taxes, learning about planning for future investment, long-term goals, having backup cash, retirement. I really wish I learned all of these earlier, but it's never too late. So if you're like me, just know that it's never too late. I'm just creating this video to bring awareness. So things like credit score in countries like America and abroad, a lot of countries, actually a lot of big countries, having a credit score is so important. You can't even rent a rental car if you don't have a credit card, or you can't even get a rental property, a place to live, if you don't have a credit score. Because what credit score basically tells landlords or the car rentals is that you're accustomed of paying back. And it's also security, because credit comes directly from the bank, so it's not your personal account, because you could freeze your accounts or just, you know, try to run away from paying your financial obligation. So having a credit score, knowing that people will get money directly from the bank, is big ease for a lot of companies and businesses. So if you don't have a credit score, I encourage you to go take out loans, go speak to your bankers and learn more about it and get with it. Trust me, you need to learn about that. Living paycheck to paycheck is not nice, because if something happened to your job, then you don't have any money. And having multiple streams of income, very beneficial also in terms of living a life that you want. So just learning all of these things was so beneficial to me, and I hope that this video finds you and it helps you also. So hey guys, I'm your boy Self. I hope you like the video. If you watch this far, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one.